Joining me now is Bob Krieger. He is a former Pima County SWAT. You were the sergeant of the SWAT team, right? You were pretty much over the SWAT team.
Commander, yeah.
Commander, yes.
For the last 5 years,
It's
off and on.
It's nice to see you again, Bob.
Thank you.
Walk us through a little bit of what you know about this operation last night, and are you surprised? The sheriff texted me this morning that there were no arrests.
I'll start by saying I'm not surprised there were no arrests. That's not uncommon in an operation like that. SWAT serves a couple different functions. First and foremost, it's to make the scene safe for the investigators. They are not really concerned with evidence collection, things like that. They're concerned with taking everyone into custody, doing that safely, and giving the investigators a safe scene to work with. So it's not uncommon to go through an operation like that. They were there to collect evidence and interview people, and that all got accomplished. So last night was a success.
And that'll just take time now, because I'm assuming, just like we saw at the situation near the border, you know, they take electronics. I'd imagine all that's going to take some time. We're not going to see an immediate arrest.
Exactly. Unless there was evidence gained that it was rock solid and it was time for the arrest, then they would do it then. But again, not uncommon. Sometimes these, as we can tell now, we're in the second week. These investigations can take a long time to get what they need to get the probable cause to make an arrest.
So many people around the country and really around the world are following this case and have questions about this case. And we received a couple of videos from people who had questions for you, specifically one about cameras in the area. I want to play this, and then I want to get your reaction.
Can you provide any clarity on the traffic camera situation there in Tucson? Because I've heard that they don't really have traffic cams that the police can rely on in this investigation. And second question, do they have license plate readers in that area?
Okay, you're the perfect guy for this.
So on the first part of that question, we do not have many red light cameras or anything like that. There are a handful within the city limits. We had them years ago. The voters chose they didn't want them, so they were removed. So as far as the camera technology goes, specific to those cameras, there aren't a lot of them. License plate readers, there are definitely more of those. There are also private folks who are running license plate readers as kind of a side hustle.
Really? That's interesting.
Oh yeah, they'll work them to find stolen cars for repossessions, things like that. So that's not uncommon. The technology is out there, and there are other systems available to us as far as cameras go. The Department of Transportation, there are companies out there that we can work with that have cameras that can provide us information. The bad thing is, if we don't know what we're looking for, you know, the cameras are just showing license plates and cars.
Right.
So we need more to go on, but if they can get something, then the technology is also there to start looking through those cameras and seeing, you know, license plate ABC 123 went through it this time.
Yeah, and until you're here, you don't realize just, you know, how much brush there is. There's the cactuses, there's bushes. I mean, and the houses are set back off the road.
Yes.
So even if someone had a Ring camera, it seems difficult that they would actually capture something on the roads in these neighborhoods. In
neighborhoods like this, yes. They're not the cookie cutter type neighborhoods where you can see right behind us, nothing but brush. And so until you're on property walking up to the door, there's not a lot that you're going to see. You might get a little bit of movement at the street, but unfortunately, a lot of times in these types of neighborhoods, you're not getting what you really want. Something
else I wanted to ask you about, Bob, is before we went out and witnessed what SWAT was doing last night, which was really impressive, by the way. You're the Pima team. I mean, I know you were the boss of the team, so I mean, it's impressive to see them in action.
Good to hear.
But I heard a plane in the air, and I was told that Pima County has a surveillance plane. Do you think that was associated with the operation, and is that plane assisting right now?
The Sheriff's Department does have a good aerial fleet. We have a good unit. We do have a plane. I don't know if it was up specifically last night, especially with the weather, but it very well could have been. It works hand in hand with our patrol. It works hand in hand on almost every SWAT mission that we would run, because having that aerial platform, again, going back to the primary goal of making that scene safe for the investigators, it's up there. It's looking for people who might be running, leaving the scene. If it was a plane and it saw a vehicle leave prior to the SWAT team getting there, they probably followed it, and that's what helped with the traffic stop on that vehicle.
Do you think, Bob, that we're getting closer? I mean, the hope is, yeah, we're all out here, you know, we want Nancy to be found.
I hope we're getting closer, and I think we are. Every day there's more information coming in. The investigators are able to follow up on more. Sooner or later, they're going to get that piece of evidence, no matter what it is. And it's just going to take time with as many pieces out there to sift through it. So the short answer is, yes, we are getting closer. That that endpoint might not be for a while, or it could be this evening.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time when we get there.
I guess we'll see what happens tonight. And I said we'll be ready to roll again, just like we were last night. So thank you, Bob. Appreciate
My pleasure.
Your time.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.